everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today we are doing a one-page layout using the Not Just for Boys Kit Club box that I got in the mail last week. I did an unboxing, so if you like what you see, go take a look at that, and I will link them below as well. So this layout was completed with using only things in that kit. So you can see the mountain die cut that came in the kit down below. What I did is I used that kind of oxidized paper to back that cut file. I wasn't really sure how else I would use the oxidized paper, and I thought I kind of just gave the mountain it gave it texture, a different kind of look, so something different than I would normally do. And so then the kit came with these Heidi Swapp papers. When I first saw them, I thought they were stencils, and I might keep one of each design out for a stencil. But I wanted to incorporate that in here as well. So I am going to be including that. What you can see that I have completed already, that is like a two-tone polka dotted blue paper. I just ripped that, gave it a distressed look, and covered up those pandas that were on the bottom right. Not my style, but the rest of it, kind of has that watercolor distressed look. And so that's kind of the angle I'm going with this layout. So you can see me kind of searching through my scrap drawer. I'm just trying to figure out what to back the picture with. Again, I wanted to use pretty much everything in the kit. But I did end up, I think, backing it with just a white piece of paper before I kind of backed it again. And so that triangle piece is going to kind of be there. But then I had to kind of figure out what to do with the picture. And I thought about, actually, nope, I was wrong. I didn't use white. I did use the blue. So the back side of that blue was just kind of a plain blue color. And so I used that. And then what I'm going to do is actually kind of, I don't know if it would be called backing the photo or not, but I'm going to use a couple of the different pieces of paper and rip them, give them more of a distressed look, and put those behind the picture as well. So here I'm just trying to figure out which part of the paper I wanted to use. Again, this is more of a, and I say this in a good way, grungy kind of layout than I'm used to. Usually I like clean lines, and the papers kind of give you that grungy sort of feel, and so I kind of just went with that. So I ripped all around that oxidized paper, and then I wanted another piece on the left-hand side. I thought about doing the blue that is down on the right side of the layout, but it wasn't wide enough because I wanted the two papers behind the photo to overlap. And so what I decided to do, and I am kind of sad that I did, but I ripped up this nice ledger piece of paper. Again, I kind of found it challenging just to stick with what was in the kit. A lot of times, I'll stick with one collection. But this time, just having what was in the kit, which was 8 pieces of paper, but they all kind of had their own feel, I guess. They all kind of go together, but I'm not one to mix black and blue. Blue if it's not close to navy, and I felt like that blue paper on the background was too close to navy to use the black piece of paper. Otherwise, I would have done that. But here what I did was overlapped those two pieces, made them rough on each edge, just to give it more dimension. And then what I am going to do, I decided that I don't need that whole triangle piece, that I could get away with cutting some of it off to maybe save for a different layout, or this is probably going to turn into a 2-page layout, so I'll probably use it on the second page somehow. But I only taped and only have done the 1 page so far, but I didn't like how this was kind of off-white and the paper was more of a white. So what I decided to do is use an oxide and just blend it in a blue. I think that might be Stormy Blue. I am not 100% sure. I don't remember, sorry. But just to make it pop a little bit more and to just not mix off-white and white. So one thing I did notice was that it was coming off on my fingers. You could kind of see a fingerprint. That's why I just took the, oh my goodness, the blending brush. There we go. Sorry. And tried to blend off my fingerprints on there. And then I used some glue. With the triangles being opened, I didn't know if the tape would completely work, and I didn't want to touch it more than I had to. I wanted it kind of right in that place. And so you saw me use the bottom of the glue container, but that way it wasn't coming off of my fingers. So then I needed to decide where I wanted the mountains. I kind of knew that they were going to go on the bottom, but the moon, I had waited up until this point. I didn't know what I wanted to back it with, but since I had already ripped into this pretty like coral watercolor paper, I decided I could spare that moon. And so I decided to back the moon with that. I am leaving the stars open for the time being. You will see what I do with that when I kind of embellish the layout. So, I mean, it was fun to do this, but again, kind of challenging. But I guess, you know, if you get kind of complacent and don't challenge yourself, you're never going to learn new things or new kind of ways or styles. So I do appreciate the kit, and I probably will keep my eye out and order another one. So it was a fun challenge, I guess I'll put it that way. So I'm going to put this down, and unfortunately I think my ATG gun, my pink tape gun, had a mishap in the middle of the layout. So I went with my old school little tape runner. So I think now I just need to embellish. So I grabbed these stars. I had separated them out from the ephemera, and I'm just going to put this little tag there. I think it says memorable. It pulls in just a little bit of green. And then I'm going to pick the smaller stars and pop them up on foam and place them over the star cutouts. Again, I just didn't really know what to back them with. And the ephemera that came with it, which is the Cocoa Vanilla Legendary ephemera, had all these stars, which I thought was perfect. So I'm just going to do that. And then the right-hand side of the layout was a little boring, just compared to the rest of it. So I had separated out all of the ephemera, and there were a couple larger pieces that had phrases on them that I thought would work. So I picked this one that says Adventure Awaits. This is a picture of my son. I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but we were going up the mountain, and so at the top there was lots of things to do. We went to, this was going to Ober-Gatlinburg. I believe it's called. And so lots to do once you got to the top of the mountain. So there was definitely an adventure awaiting us. And then I just finished it off with a group of 3 different stars, different sizes, just to add a cluster there at the top. And I think, honestly, that is it. So thank you so much for watching. I will link Not Just for Boys Kit Club down below for you guys to check out. And we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.